what that music says?
Yes, sir, Amos. That music say, good health to all from Rexall, the stores with the orange and blue sign.
Yes, 10,000 independent Rexall druggists at the stores with the orange and blue sign bring you transcribed The Amos and Andy Show, written by Joe Connolly and Bob Mosier, featuring Ernestine Wade, Johnny Lee, Amanda Randolph, Roy Glenn, Tommy Moore, Corny Anderson, Billy James, Jeff Alexander's music, yours truly, Harlow Wilcox, and starring radio's all-time favorites, Freeman Gosden and Charles Correll. Amos and Andy!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Charles Correll. You know, when I buy something that's guaranteed, I want to know it's really guaranteed. And it is, if it's a Rexall drug product. This Rexall guarantee is famous because it's so easy to take any Rexall product back to the store where you bought it. You don't have to prove anything, mail anything back to a factory, or take any substitutes. You get your money back, all of it, no questions asked, with Rexall's unconditional money-back guarantee. Of course, there aren't many people who want to return Rexall merchandise, you know, because they've learned they can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall.
Well, some months ago, Brother Wilkins, one of the oldest and wealthiest members of the Mystic Knights of the Sea Lodge Hall, passed on. His estate has finally been settled, and the Kingfish has just returned home from the reading of the will at the lawyer's office to be confronted by an anxious Sapphire and her mother.
All right, George, tell us. What did he leave you?
Yeah. How much did you get, and when do you get it, huh?
Did he leave you cash?
Take it easy there, will you? Don't be so anxious. They got vultures in Death Valley with better manners than you two.
Well, we just wanted to find out what happened.
Yeah, well, now I'm going to tell you. When the will was read in the first bequest, Ted Jackson got Brother Wilkins' Malacca cane. You remember how Brother Wilkins was always so happy?
Yes.
Well, we found the reason. The cane was hollow with a cork stopper in the end of it.
Hollow?
Yeah, and there was almost a fifth of happiness still in there, too.
Well, never mind all that. What did he leave you?
Well, I got quite a thrill when the lawyer come to that part. Brother Wilkins bequeathed me an income of $25 a week for life.
Oh, George, that's wonderful. With $100 a month, we could buy a car, go on a trip, buy new clothes. Oh, the sun done shined on us at last.
Oh, it has. It has.
Now, take it easy here. As far as the $25 a week is concerned, it ain't all fair and warmer. The boy done rained all over me in the next paragraph he read.
What you mean, George?
Well, I only get the $25 a week if I provide a home for his 185-pound Great Dane dog, Queenie.
A dog? Is you crazy? I don't care about no $25 a week. You ain't bringing no dog in here.
Yeah. Can you imagine a dog cooped up here all day with me and Sapphire?
Yeah, well, I will admit it might be quite a strain on the animal's nervous system, but
Why, George Stevens, that dog would eat us out of house and home. You just got to find some other place for her. Maybe you can find a home for the dog.
Yeah, but I'd have to pay, and ain't nobody gonna take care of a Great Dane for nothing. After all, he'd have to be fed. He eats, it would cost, nobody with their right, give me my hat.
Where you going, George?
Over to talk to Lonesome Andy Brown, the dog lover. That's where I'm going right now. Well, here's Andy's room. Hope I convince the poor boob that he's lonesome and needs a dog.
Come in, it's open.
Say, Brother Andy. Oh, I'm sorry.
Excuse me a minute, Kingfish. I'm on the phone here. I'm talking to my gal, Consuela Fennington.
Oh, Consuela, the rich gal. Yeah, go right ahead, Andy.
Yeah. Hello. You was saying, honey, baby doll?
Oh, Andy, when you kissed me goodnight last night, I just forgot everything.
Yeah, I'll say you did. You even forgot to give me the bus fare home.
Oh, Andy, you're so cute. I told my uncle about you, and he's very anxious to meet you. He's afraid you might be going out with me for my money.
Me? Go out with you for your money? Ha! 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 Is it in your own name?
Oh, Andy. Well, I have to hang up now, my big old teddy bear.
Yeah, well, I'll see you later, my little chickadee pigeon dove.
Bye-bye, my great big old moosey woosey.
Yeah. Bye-bye, my little lammy bunnykin.
Holy mackerel, Andy. What a disgusting collection of mating calls here. Sound like a spring day at the zoo. What's going on out here?
Listen, what'd you come up here for, Kingfish?
Well, Brother Andy, you know I was just thinking here. All your life, you have sort of been chasing and running after women's, ain't you?
Yeah. You know anything better to run after?
At your age, though, it's time that you settle down. Time that you gave up the mad pursuit and settle down before the fireside.
It is, huh?
Yeah, Brother Andy, is you ever sat on a sofa with the lights down low and had a faithful dog snuggle up to you?
No, I ain't never had no dog, but I had a gal once with a cold nose.
No, don't you know that a dog is better, a truer companion for a man than a woman is?
What you mean?
Well, a dog is loyal. A woman is fickle.
Yeah, but there's a lot more fun.
Hey, look here. You don't know the true joy and friendship that comes from having a dog. Now look at what the great poet Robert Louis Silverstein said about dogs.
Yeah, well, what'd he say?
Well, let me quote you, Andy. Now listen to this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Breathes there a man with soul so dead, who never to himself has said, I may be poor and live in a hut, but I sell my soul for a mangy mutt. That's what he said.
That's a beautiful poem and everything. But tell me something, Kingfish. With all this talk about dogs and companionship, you ain't by no chance trying to palm Brother Wilkins' Great Dane off on me, is you?
Oh, you done heard about it, huh?
I'll say. Ever since the brothers told me about that will, I've been expecting you up here. And, Kingfish, the answer is no.
Now, look, Andy, now, wait a minute. I'm going to lay my cards on the table here. According to the terms of the will, I can't put the dog in no kennel. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'll pay you $10 a week to keep him up here in your room. I'll give you $10 every week of my life. I'll put it in the envelope, bring it over here Saturday morning to you.
$10, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, well, I guess on $10 a week, me and the dog could live pretty good.
Yeah, well, then it's a deal, huh?
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, it's a deal. Now, tell you what, I'll have the East State deliver the dog this afternoon to you.
Yeah, okay. But wait a minute, just a second here. Didn't somebody say this dog of Brother Wilkins is a Great Dane? Ain't they one of them great big dogs about 4 feet high?
Well, they usually is, Andy, but this particular one happens to be what they call a toy Great Dane.
Oh, well, that's different, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think I'll go down to the department store and get him a box to sleep in.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Andy.
Yeah, how big a box do you think I'll need?
Well, while you're down there, why don't you just get a piano crate?
Okay.
No sense in crowding the little fella. Let me get on in my office here. Well, they done delivered the dog to Andy's room this afternoon. Everything working out fine. I'm going to be in George Kingfish Stevens speaking.
Mr. Stevens, this is Mr. Sherwood of the Trust Company, the ones that are handling the estate of Mr. Wilkins.
Oh, yes, sir, Miss Sherman. What can I do for you?
How's the dog? Are you taking good care of her?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, I got the dog all settled. Yes, sir. She's staying with Andy Brown over at Simpson's boarding house on 134th Street?
Well, just a minute. I thought the dog was staying with you.
Well, you see, sir, Miss Brown got a roomier place, and he an expert on dogs. I think the dog would be much happier up there. Him and Miss Brown about on the same mental level, you see.
Well, under the terms of the will, all you had to do was provide her with a suitable home. I think it's my duty to check, however, and see that the dog does have a suitable home.
Yes, oh, don't worry about that. That's a lovely place. Dog got her own television set and everything. Oh, yeah, wonderful.
Of course, you realize if the surroundings and environment aren't suitable for the dog, you forfeit the $25 a week under the terms of the will.
Yeah, I forfeit.
You can tell Brown I'll have an investigator up there sometime this afternoon. Good day.
Yeah, by holy mackerel. That dog has got to be in suitable surroundings. I got a problem here. It ain't going to be easy making that broken down room of Andy's fit for a dog, I know that.
Good evening. This is your Rexall family druggist, one of the 10,000 independent druggists who have made the word Rexall part of our own store names. We've done that because we recommend and sell Rexall drug products. I recommend Bismarex, for example, for acid indigestion. You see, Bismarex relief is fast, and Bismarex relief will last because of its relay action. First, the faster dissolving ingredients act almost instantly, often within the minute. Then other components of this exclusive Rexall antacid act in relay to keep excess acidity under control and relieve your discomfort for hours. So the next time you're troubled with acid indigestion, remember, Bismarex relief is fast and Bismarex relief is prolonged. Bismarex, spelled BISMA-REX, is available in powder or tablet form at Rexall drug stores everywhere.
Well, that's the whole thing in a nutshell, Calhoun. If you don't like the conditions of Andy's room, can the man from the trust company take the dog away? That's what I asked you now. Tell me that.
Yeah, but wait a minute there. Ain't nothing wrong with Andy's room. He got a very nice, his furniture ain't to the condition of the place is, he got the facilities for, you know something, Kingfish? You wouldn't be in no trouble at all if Brother Wilkins had left you a pig.
Well, now tell me this. What I gonna do, Calhoun? I can't lose that $25 a week.
Well, there's just one thing. Maybe you could clean up the room a bit. If you show the man that the dog is happy, there won't be no trouble.
Yeah, well, that's what I'll do. I'll go up there and see Andy now and get the room all cleaned up.
Yeah.
Make sure the dog is happy when the man from the trust company gets there. Yeah, always. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Ain't it, Calhoun?
Oh, yeah. Them pets can sure be a lot of trouble. A friend of mine that's a sailor done sent a parrot home to me from China one time.
Yeah, did the parrot talk?
Just in Chinese. And it only said one thing. Every morning when I fed it bird seed, that parrot would look up at me and say, Ming tum lum fong ha song ming doo. That went on for a month. He'd say that every time I fed it bird seed.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. Finally, I went down to the Chinese laundryman on the corner, and he told me what that bird meant when he said, Ming tum lum fong ha song ming doo.
Well, tell me this. What do it mean?
Man, ain't you got no meat around here?
Down, Queenie, down. Get away. Let me get to the door here. Get down. Oh, it's you, Kingfish.
Hey, you, Brother Andy. I come up to check on the dog. Well, so this is Queenie, huh?
Yeah, this is Queenie.
Yeah, well, what's the matter? What's she barking for? Ain't she happy?
Oh, yeah. She just wants you to shake hands with her. That's right, Queenie. Lift up your paw and shake hands with the kingfish.
Yeah, give me your paw. Mm-hmm. She got a nice grip, ain't she?
Listen, Kingfish, I want to tell you something. This is the biggest toy Great Dane I done ever seen. You know that?
Yeah, well, she is a little large, but I'm glad to see that she's happy here. Look at her wagging the tail there.
Yeah, but I wish she'd wag it up and down instead of sideways. She keeps knocking me off my feet.
And tell me, is you feeding her good? You don't want the poor dog to end up with maltuition, you know.
Listen, Kingfish, when it comes to eating, this is a regular hound of the Baskervilles.
She's been eating heavy, huh?
Heavy. Last night I done cooked myself a steak and fixed a plate of leftovers for Queenie.
Mm-hmm.
When my back was turned, she done jumped up on the table and ate my steak.
That's a shame, ain't it?
And on top of that, she beat me to the leftovers, too.
Well, I tell you one thing, Andy, you ought to get a couple of cans of dog food. In case that happens again, you won't have to go hungry, you see.
And another thing, too. I had a little trouble keeping the landlord from finding out I got a dog up here.
Yeah.
I heard him coming up the stairs this morning, and I told Queenie to hide under the bed.
Yeah, that was smart, ain't it?
Yeah, but while we was sitting here telling him the thing that I didn't have no dog up here, the bed got up and walked across the room.
Well, now, I'm going to tell you something. We can take care of the landlord, but we still got a problem. The man from the trust company is sending an investigator up here to check on the living conditions.
Well, there ain't nothing wrong with my room, is there?
Well, no, there ain't nothing wrong with it for you, Andy, but the SPCA might not take the same lenient view of just dumped at the Board of Health there, you see.
Yeah, you're right. It ain't too neat. The landlord cleans the place every day, but he ain't too careful about where he sweeps the dirt. Of course, you know that might be a advantage.
The way he sweeps the dirt, what you mean, Andy?
Well, if the dog wants to bury a bone, all she got to do is to go under the rug.
Well, I don't know if they look at it exactly that way, Andy. You see, we got to fix up the room here. Now, listen, Andy, I tell you what. I'm going down to the store and get you some decent curtains, and then we'll get the mops and the brooms out, and we'll really give this place a going over here.
Yeah, well, that ain't a bad idea, fixing up the room. After all, if me and Consuela Fennington gets nuptialated, she might want to live up here.
Now, live up here?
Yeah, while we're waiting for a rich uncle to kick the bucket and make our happiness complete.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
But, Uncle Henry, I tell you, Andy Brown is one of the sweetest, nicest men that ever lived.
Well, that may be very well, Consuelo, but I'm your guardian. And even though you don't really bear the name Henshaw, you're more like my own daughter.
But, Uncle, there's nothing wrong with Andy. I want to marry him. I'm sure you'd like him if you ever met him.
Well, that would be a good idea, my meeting Andy Brown. I want to make sure that he can make you happy. I tell you what, dear. You let me have his address, and I'll go over to his place this afternoon and have a little heart-to-heart talk with him.
Shall I call Andy and tell him you're coming?
No, I'd rather just drop in unannounced. That's the best way to get a line on what he's really like.
This is Harlow Wilcox, friends, with a little fable based on fact. Once upon a time, and not so very long ago, there lived a lady of leisure who so longed to preserve her beauty that she spent the whole day at her dressing table with her face creams. No sooner had she finished with her cleansing cream than it was time for lubricating cream. Then came throat cream, eye cream, skin cream, and by nightfall it was time for night cream.
Alas, if she'd only known about Ann Delafield's all-purpose deep cream.
Yes, indeed, and that's the moral of our story. For you modern women are too sensible to waste time with unnecessary creams. when Ann Delafield's all-purpose deep cream is all creams in one.
Yes, in one exquisite golden top jar, this single superb cream is the only complexion cream you need. It's rich, deep penetrating, smooth as velvet, with a scent to send your spirits soaring. Do try it, won't you? Ann Delafield's all-purpose deep cream. Available exclusively at Rexall drugstores.
Well, Andy, your room looks pretty good here. And you was all set when the investigator gets here from the trust company about Queenie.
Yeah, too bad we had to buy these new curtains, though.
Yeah, well, there was no way to clean up those old ones. That was the only case I ever knew where Duz couldn't do nothing.
Well, I tell you, I done put Queenie in the bathroom. She's kind of cranky this morning.
Oh, you got the dog in the bathroom, huh?
That's
Leave
right.
her in there. Good idea, Andy.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be good if she jumped up and bit the man in the middle of his investigation here.
Well, you know, Kingfish, I was just thinking
Say, Andy, that must be the investigator now. Now, lay it on heavy about how happy Queenie is up here and all that stuff.
Yeah, now you back me up, Kingfish.
Oh,
Yes, sir. Can I help you?
How do you do? My name is Henshaw.
Oh, yeah. Come right in. I've been expecting you.
You were expecting me?
Yeah. You come up to do a little investigating, huh?
Well, yes, I guess you could put it that way. Oh, I didn't know you had company here with you. I wanted to talk to you alone about, you know who.
Oh, that's all right. This here's the Kingfish. He knows all about it.
Oh, is that so?
Oh, yes, sir, yes, sir. I turned over to Mr. Brown here myself, you see. He took her off my hands. Always doing me little favors like that, you see.
Well, I didn't know anything about that.
Oh, yeah. We always helping each other out. Old buddies, you know.
Well, I don't know whether I like the sound of this.
Oh, don't worry. She in good hands with Mr. Brown now.
Well, I just hope so. After all, when you entrust a life to another person, you'll like to know something about him.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Now tell me something, Mr. Brown. Just how do you plan on keeping her happy?
Oh, you know, the usual thing. Scratching her back of the ear. Letting her run in the park. And then every once in a while, if she's real good, I'll toss her an extra piece of liver.
Oh, yeah. He plans on spraying her once in a while, too.
Liver? Spraying her? Why, this is the most fantastic thing I ever heard of.
Well, we're sorry, mister. You asked how I plan to make her happy. What would you suggest?
Well, the usual things. Taking her out occasionally. Nightclubs, dancing, movies.
Yeah, well, he go... excuse me a minute. I'd like to talk to Miss Brown. Come over here in the corner, will you?
Yeah, come on. What's up, Kingfish?
Did you hear what the man say? He wants to take the dog out dancing into the movies.
Yeah. How about that? What do you think, Kingfish?
Well, this boils down to one of two things, Andy. Either Queen is a lot smarter than we thought she was, or we got a nut on our hands here.
Yeah. Well, what must we do?
Well, come on, let's play the thing along, see what's going on here.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, play the thing.
You was saying, mister...
yeah, you said something about nightclubs and stuff like that. What was that?
Yeah.
Yes. After all, she's always been on the go, you know. Out of the house 5 or 6 nights a week.
Oh, well, that ain't no problem. She start any of that stuff, I'll chain her to the radiator.
What?
Oh, you could give her a couple of whacks with a folded newspaper.
Folded newspaper?
Yeah, well, I never like to hit him with a stick, you know. That's wrong. You can't hit him with
How dare you talk about my niece that way?
Well, now, a niece? Well, excuse us again, mister. We really need the conference this time. Come on over here, Miss Brown. How you like that, Andy? He thinks that big Great Dane is his niece.
Holy smokes, this boy is real bad off.
Yeah. Oh, it happened before. You know, Sapphire had a sister once, thought she was a seal.
No kidding. Well, tell me this. You really suppose he thinks he's a dog?
Well, there's only one way to find out, Andy. Come on.
Yeah.
Excuse me, mister. Would you do me a favor?
No, what is it?
Could I feel your nose?
in the world are you talking about? Hey, what was that?
Well, what's the matter? Don't you recognize your own niece?
Niece? My niece? What in the world are you two talking about?
Now, calm down here, Mother. There's a veterinarian right down the corner. We'll get him up here, and he'll give you a distemper shot, and you won't feel a thing.
What? Let go of me, you
Grab
idiot.
him there.
Take
Grab
your
him.
hands off of me.
Now, take it easy there. Down, boy, down.
The Kingfish is getting violent. Do something.
Grab
Do
him.
something.
I don't know who to call. The psychopathic ward or the dog pound.
Well, never mind. Hold him down there.
Help! Let go of me.
Down, boy, down.
Well, Andy, that must have been an awful mess up in your room yesterday with the kingfish.
Yeah, Amos, it wasn't until after we got the ropes on him that we found out he was Consuela's uncle.
Well, I guess she's pretty mad at you, Andy. You say that she won't speak to you this morning, huh?
Yeah, and on top of that, I hear the uncle is thinking of suing us for assault and battery.
Well, what happened about the dog, Andy?
Well, with the fight up in my room, we busted up the furniture pretty good. So by the time the real investigator got there, he said my room wasn't fit for Queenie to stay there. So the Kingfisher's got her now.
Oh, she is up there at the Kingfisher's apartment, huh?
Yeah, well, the man said the Kingfish had to do that or lose the $25 a week.
Yeah, but I just think Sapphire wouldn't stand for Queenie, up there. She don't want no big dog up there.
Well, I know her. She ain't too happy about the arrangement, but Kingfish talked her into it.
Yeah, well, this was a shame. You lost out on the $10 a week and lost your gal and everything.
Yeah, Amos, but the worst part of the whole mess is that I done cleaned up my room for nothing.
Yeah, I know how you feel. Now, look, Sapphire, I tell you that it ain't going to be bad having Queenie here. It's only one more mouth to feed.
Well, I guess we can feed Queenie for about $10 a week. That leaves us $15. I guess it won't be too bad, and then we can...
Oh, come in, Mama.
Sapphire, I was looking for you.
Well, I was just talking to George here, Mama. He done convinced me it ain't gonna be too bad having Queenie here.
Yeah, just one more mouth to feed.
One more? Huh! You better come in the back room. Queenie's just had 8 Great Dane puppies.
Oh, no!
Now, Harlow Wilcox with a reminder about Rexall's multipurpose antiseptic.
MI-31 is truly the antiseptic of many uses, friends. MI-31 is a mouthwash, breath deodorant, effective gargle. In addition, MI-31 is an important first aid antiseptic for abrasions, minor cuts, and scratches. Every member of your family benefits by the multiple uses of MI-31. And the big full-pint bottle saves money, too. So ask for MI-31, Rexall's multipurpose mouthwash, gargle, antiseptic, at Rexall drugstores everywhere. The stores with the orange and blue sign.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, rely on your Rexall family druggist. And when you visit him, would you be kind enough to say that Amos and Andy sent you? Thank you, and good night.
See you next Sunday.
Caranome has 3 new hand and body lotions in 3 creamy colors.
Blue, yellow, pink.
And 3 dreamy fragrances.
White mink, springwood, and caranome.
3 lovely lotions, each $1 at your Rexall drugstore.
Be sure to be with us at this same time next Sunday when your Rexall druggist will again present the Amos and Andy Show, transcribed and directed by Cliff Howell. Stay tuned for the Bing Crosby program, which follows immediately over most of these same stations.
Of the CBS Radio Network.
Thank you.